Kevin, what is MK Ultra, and is it still going on today?
MK Ultra was a secret mind control program by the CIA, about as dark and evil as you can get. They were administering LSD. They started with prisoners and inmates, and then they went on to people in mental hospitals, experimenting with huge doses of LSD, and then watching the reaction and watching how they responded under interrogation. So it was twofold. One, it was designed to create assassins. They could control the assassin's mind by altering their memory, so the assassin would go in to kill somebody, and then they wouldn't remember a thing about it. That was the first part. The second part was interrogations. They wanted to find a way where they could interrogate somebody, and their brain had been so taken over by drugs and several different types of drugs, and then they would just confess what they did. That was the second aim. So Ted Kaczynski, for example, went through 200 hours of MK Ultra, and look at what happened to him. There was a lot of people where it just went bad, and we find out now that the Haight-Ashbury clinic back in the hippie days that were providing free medical attention to the hippie types at Haight-Ashbury had an office next door, and they allowed a fellow called Jolly Wes Lewis. Well, Jolly Wes Lewis, it turns out, had direct connections to Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, the madman who created MK Ultra. And Jolly Wes Lewis had an office right next to Haight-Ashbury where they would set up kind of little hippie meetings, and some of the meetings would be grad students from UCLA, and the others would be real hippies, and then they would hit them real hard with LSD and then watch what happened to them. Well, it turns out
what the London Real Investment Club actually does for you, it gives you the keys to open that door to the inside deals. In the last 3 weeks, I've participated in 3 incredible deals: a layer 2 Bitcoin protocol, an incredible AI protocol. The deal flow is beyond what I expected. I don't think I've ever seen a model like this that just gives average folks the opportunity to be behind the deals, and that's exactly what we've done. Not only that, you get to hang out with Brian Rose every week, and for me, that was huge because I look at Brian as somebody who's not only an expert in the space, and I think is on the leading edge, but just the leading edge of thought with London Real and the work he's doing there. To anyone who's taking a serious look at this, I know it's a big decision. It was a big decision for me and my family, and it is one of the best decisions I've ever made. So I wish you all the best and hope you come join us.
Charles Manson and the girls regularly went to Haight-Ashbury, and one of the employees interviewed said, "Oh yeah, they visited Jolly Wes Lewis. They visited Manson, and the girls visited Wes all the time." So we have this bizarre connection with Haight-Ashbury, an MK Ultra office, which was definitely an MK Ultra office right next to Haight-Ashbury, and that Manson and the girls had visited there. As bizarre as that can get. Jolly Wes Lewis denied having any involvement with MK Ultra. As a matter of fact, he threatened to sue anybody that said he did. But a good journalist by the name of Tom O'Neill went to UCLA into Jolly Wes Lewis's files after he passed away, and they let him go through them, and he found correspondence in there between him and the mad scientist Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, the godfather of MK Ultra, going back and forth about conducting the program and how they were going to, quote unquote, move it out into the field away from these clinics. And so he was MK, no question about it. And Tom O'Neill did a fantastic job of investigation and proved that those two were connected in MK Ultra. So that was the purpose of MK Ultra, and just the tip of the iceberg of MK Ultra came out because CI Director Richard Helms destroyed 10,000, as I mentioned earlier, destroyed all the documents relating to MK Ultra and the horrible things they were doing to people. It involved, of course, large amounts of LSD, mescaline. It involved torture, sex abuse, thermal torture, being put in cold rooms. So essentially, it was a mind control torture program that the CIA was doing without anybody knowing it until Frank Church had his committee.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith. because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.